Death by Dragons. We're finally back with the battle report, and I have a real life Kings of War celebrity.
You, isn't it?
It's me! No, it's Dan King. Dan the Darklord King. Dan, thank you so much for visiting my shabby gaming garage.
I mean, it's awesome. He even cooked for me first.
I did. I fed him. I watered him. We shall be drinking heavily through the game.
He let me handle his massive weapon.
He did. I gave him a feel of my giant weapon. What else to say? Well, we're going to play a game of Kings of War. It's going to be 2,500 points, which is for a tournament that I thought we were both going to.
Yes.
And it turns out that just I'm going to it.
Well, I mean, I am potentially going, but I might merely be lying there semi-comatose from the night before. I don't know if I'm playing or not.
Right, yeah, so that's Battle Masters.
I don't worry about that.
Yeah, we don't care. It's fine. So we're going to that. So we're doing 2,500 points. I have bought Riftforged Orcs because I'm a sucker for punishment. I will make them work.
See, I've brought a very interesting and fluffy combination. So I've got Varangur and their trusty halfling allies.
Yeah, that's thematic, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
How do we possibly make a story for that one?
There's a whole load of fluff which I haven't written yet.
Yeah.
But it's really good.
It's going to come. So he's bought the broken combination of Varangur and halflings. Having already, if you watched my recent Northern Kings video, I'm sure everyone's watched it, you would have seen Dan beat the living daylights out of me once. Let's watch him beat the living daylights out of me again. Maybe. Let's have a look at the army lists. Alright, so apologies for cutting off the top of my own head, but I am not competent, as we know. So, moving on, this is my Riftforged Orc list. I am trying out troops of Morax, seeing how they go. So I still get the wild charge, extra wild charge from the Iron Boots formation, which you can see at the end of the list, which means that those Morax troops have 2d3 wild charge up to 16 inches charge, which is hilarious. 2 hordes of unforged orcs. They come 4s, they're terrible. But they're a cheaper unlock than Legionnaires. I have gone back to Thunderseers for a 2500 list because I can't be bothered to paint any more orcs. I give them improved sharpness to make them anywhere near good. The Storm Giant's back. The Stormforged Shrine is still here. We have a Stormcaller with Lightning Bolt 4. Yeah, I think I just had 85 points. I didn't really want any Orclings, so I thought I'd put a little bit of lightning in there to back up the lightning from the shrine. Then we have Thonar and the Riftforger. They're a little twosome. I've updated the Riftforger with Storm Strike. So he gains Storm Strike, so he blasts 2 when he rolls a 6 to hit. Whereas Thonar has blast 2 when he rolls a 5 or 6 to hit. I have 2 Stormbringers on Hellstrike Manticores because they're great. And then the Iron Boots formation, which is a double Legionnaire regiment and a Reborn Legionnaire regiment. And yeah, they've got 1 extra nerve. The Reborn Legionaries have Wild Charge Aura, which means they also get Wild Charge. And I've given them the Aegis of the Elohi for Iron Resolve, which I both remember and use, which is extraordinary. And this is Dan's Varangur list with halfling allies. So Dan's Varangur, he's got a regiment of Draugr, 2 Hordes of the Fallen, a Frostfang Cav Horde, double Snow Foxes. He has 3 Magus Conclaves, all of which have got the Famulus upgrade for Elite. Magnield, who has, of course, Herger's Legacy ability, so she can fly once per game. 3 Lords on Frostfang, all of whom have the Snow Foxes. 1 has Slashing, 1 has Crushing. And then he has a horde of Halfling Rifles, a Volley Gun, and an Engineer. So this is really just playing into the ranged element of the list. So the Magus Conclaves, the Volley Gun, and the Engineer all sit together and area deny. Pretty much. So let's take a quick look at the battlefield, which I will do on a frozen screenshot just prior to deployment. Okay, so here we are, paused dramatically with a dog. Hello, dog. Look, he's like, why haven't you thrown? My dog, by the way, this is irrelevant to the game. He's obsessed with the ball. He will do anything to throw the ball, anything. So here's the battlefield. to make my editing process slightly less painful, I'm just going to draw on the screen as much as possible rather than doing overlays because I am not the King's Landing. So we have a cool battle map. We have one hill here. This is height 3. We have 2 pieces of height 6 blocking terrain. We've got 3 little height 2 walls here. We have 2 height 6 forests. We have 2 pieces of height flat difficult terrain. So that's the entire battlefield. We are playing push with 3 tokens. So let's watch the deployment and I'll tell you about it. And then I'll tell you where the tokens go. Okay, so one of the interesting things about when you get up to about 2,500 points like this is that you start to really cover the board. And I have got quite a melee focus list. There's a lot of orcs in it. So we start in the middle, and having played Dan recently, I know what he likes to do. He likes to area deny, and there's going to be a token in the middle because we're playing push, right? So he's put all of his artillery right in the middle and his shooting. So it's a big line of shooting. So anything I put in there is just going to get gunned down pretty fast. However, I kind of want to push him there. So I put down quite a lot of melee in the middle. I put down my Reborn Legionaries because they've got Iron Resolve, so they're going to start healing back. And I've got those Morax next to them, which are very, very fast. So, you know, we're going to get across the board in a couple of turns unless he does something about it. That's pretty good. And then I put some stuff both on the left and the right. So I've got Flying Heroes on the right-hand side, along with my Giant and 1 regiment. And I've got Horde, a regiment. And right at the very end, I put my Shrine and my Thunder Seers on the left-hand flank as well. And I got to be honest, my initial thought was to put all my tokens on the left-hand flank, because actually what he puts down there in the end is only a Horde of Fallen. And I think there's one of his heroes, and Magnilda is there. He does put Magnilda there as well, along with the Draugr. I think I outpower him on the left. However, I'm not entirely certain about it. So I end up, against my own advice, sticking a token on every part. So 1 on the right, 1 in the middle, 1 on the left. And I'm not really sure why. I just kind of thought, bit of a laugh. Why not? Dan puts all 3 of his tokens on his rifles right in the middle. Alright, so my strategy usually with push is to ignore the opponent's tokens, get mine across and go for the middle one. Right, but in this case, it's going to be far more scrappy, a bit more of a battle. So I'm going to try and smash through on the left flank. I'm going to try and hold off in the middle, hold off on the right, and bring my left flank people around. I put a Thonar in the middle as well. So yeah, and then I win first turn, and off we crack. All right, so my movement phase. Now, whilst recording this, it has been pointed out to me that Morax do not get 2d6 from the aura. They just get 1d6 twice. So what I was actually doing was cheating the entire time, which, you know, is a thing. I didn't know. Anyway, it's not important. So on the left-hand side, I have pushed forward, and what I've done is I have left 1 regiment tantalizingly in charge range, and everything else around them kind of waiting to smash. Thonar I have left out in the open, and I've done that because I was possibly slightly overconfident with the ability of individuals, stealthy kind of thing, to protect them from range, but we shall see how that turns out. And I've pushed the Reborn Legionaries, but as well forward. I've given him a selection of targets, really a lot of targets. I put the Morax forward because I wanted them to be within what I thought was the 16-inch charge, the maximum charge they could get. They're both in cover. Would be a hindered charge, but I'm only interested in locking down shooting stuff. There's nothing that killy in the middle that's really that scary. And then on the right-hand side, I have simply presented a united front of stuff for him to charge. That side is my weakest side, and I really shouldn't have put a token over there. But you know, you live and die by your choices. And then we're gonna do a little bit of Wind Blast and a little bit of Lightning Bolt, I think. Nothing of which I won't let you watch how boring it is. But basically, I pushed back the Frostbanks. Pushed the Frostbanks back a few inches because they're already quite slow, which I was pleased with. And I think the Lightning Bolt did. I think I got a couple of wounds, maybe 1 wound on one of the Maker's Conclaves, which was all right. So on to Dan's turn. Right, so we are into Dan's turn 1. Now, One thing to note, which I haven't mentioned yet while Dan's standing in front of the camera here, is that someone's pointed out to me that Morax don't get 2d6 from the aura. They don't get an additional d3, from the Wild Charge aura. It is not an addition. So they actually should only charge up to 13, not 16. So we did play that wrong for this entire game, and I won't be taking Morax anymore, but there you go. So, bottom of the screen, he debates whether to take my bait, which is that regiment at the front. He decides not to, so he puts the Draugr in front, with the Fallen behind. In the center, he simply moves the shooting battery back slightly, so they're out of Thonar's range. Everything else stays the same. And at the very top, he moves forward again, so jumping the chaff over the front, the snow foxes, with the Fallen behind them. That's up here, which means there's not enough room for my regiment to get through. So he can quite happily turn his Frostfang Lord like so, because what he's he's facing this way, arrow. Because what he's mindful of is my flying hero jumping over the back. There's just not enough room to stop him. What he wants to do is limit his options of where he can land. So he's got his hero facing this way. The flying hero is in the front of that hero, so it can't land because the Fallen in the way. Can't hit the Fallen with it either. Yeah, so nice move. And then finally, Magnilda kind of goes halfway house here. So Magnilda's actually located at the end here, just behind the house. You can see both ways. But he's mindful I've got a lot of firepower that might come down the bottom. She might be needed there, but also might be needed in the centre as well. So you've got that once ever flies that he's kind of protecting both sides.
Right, so shooting. So let's start with the engineer on Thonar.
Yeah.
So 3 shots on 4s. So 2 hits. Yeah. Piercing 2, freeze, 1 damage. So start. 1 conclave, same target. So 2 shots on 4s down to 5s. 1 hit, elite. Yeah, just for 1. D3. 3. Piercing 2, freeze. I'll just put it into Thonar. So 12 shots on 5s, which becomes 6s. 2 hits.
Nice.
1 hit. 1 more.
Thonar's on fire. Thonar's feeling very picked on.
Well, he's pretty unpleasant, isn't he?
He's a git.
Come off and be nice, but quite a bit of luck. Right, halfling rifles.
I like the mounted guy in the middle.
Cheers, yeah, that's a bit of interesting, isn't it?
I think, was he in there when we played before?
Yeah.
Didn't notice. Too busy crying.
Drop one hit, so piercing 1. So are they defense?
1 wound, defense 5.
5, yeah. 1
And then
right then, tests.
Okay.
Thonar.
No.
12,
14, 16.
And
these guys?
double 6 or something.
9 resolve, that away, thank you all.
Yeah.
That's why I bought the item,
Sure, that's how it's even. Oh well, fine. Okay, cool.
Right, so at the top of the board, I appreciate you can't see, but I'll paint you a picture with words. Between that building and the edge of the board, he's basically placed his snow foxes so that I can't get my regiment through. We covered that in the last movement bit, right? So what I've done is I've tried to charge in my giant and the Riftforged Orcs. However, I can't get them in either. Because of the angle, there's not enough room for my Riftforged Orc Legionnaire regiment to turn and make that charge appropriately. So I don't. Instead, I just charge the giant in and I hang back with the Legionnaires whilst hopping over the Stormforged guy on a Manticore. Stormforged thing? I should know these names. So I've hopped him over and I've faced him down the board. I'm ignoring the threat from the rear because actually he can't see me. I'm out of his arc. So that threatens the entire flank of his shooting arm, which is good, and also the rear of those Frostfang cavalry. I then illegally roll 2 dice for wild charge, and I send some Morax into the front of the Frostfang cavalry over the hedge because I don't care, I just want to hold them up. And then everything else has to engage in the front, or rather just the Reborn Legionnaires engage with the little snow foxes in front of them. Right, that's okay because he hasn't really got anything that can hurt me in the centre there. He's just trying to hold me up, and I've got enough meat there. I think I should be able to progress through. Then on the left-hand side, I take the charge onto the Draugr with the Legionnaire Regiment. Everything else is within range, so hopefully I can kill them and then back up. And then if he charges in with the Fallen, they're going to get whacked by everything. So that should do that nicely. I got a little bit umming and ahhing though. He's put Magnil behind the building, and I was starting to get nervous about the left-hand flank, which looking at it now, I really shouldn't have done. I think my Thunder Seers and the Horde are enough to take out the Fallen and the Frostfang Lord, probably. And that probably is what got me umming and ahhing. So I put Thonar over there. You see I've just kind of hidden him behind the building just here. I've actually made a slight error because he's not far forward enough. I can't see around enough of the building. So he's actually not much use there. He's shoring up this bottom, my left-hand flank, but he's now not threatening the centre at all. So the centre, I mean, at this point in the game, I think I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm in a good position. The top isn't looking good, but I have got a hero looking down the flank. I've got my meat in the centre, and his shooting can't kill it all, so I should be able to take off quite a bit there. Oh, the other thing to mention is I've taken my other flying hero, Stormforged thing. I will look it up in a bit. I've taken it into the front of his horde of rifles so he can't shoot me. I mean, his rifles did sod all damage last time, so I'm not that worried about them really. But it's the only thing that he could hit. He has got a Frostfang Lord in the middle there, but the Frostfang Lord can't see my hero. So I'm feeling pretty strong about that. I'm not going to kill him on one go. So yeah, it looks good. Alright. Shooting.
Yeah, looks good.
Lightning bolt on your little one in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
The dice tray. 2. Mm-hmm. 2. Nice. Lightning bolt from this bad boy. 3, 4. I resolve it. Yeah. Well, at least it's 4, 15, 17. Unless there's a double 6 waiver.
Yeah,
oh,
true.
It's not.
That would be
this one. 8.
Waiver.
11. Waiver. Take it. I'll take a waiver any day of the town.
Ooh.
It's not a saying.
Isn't
This giant gets 12 attacks on 4s, not always. And 2s. 2, 4, 6 wounds.
Oh, that's the 7.
7 with brutal. So 8 with brutal.
Alright.
8 and 6.
That's definitely got him. And again.
8 double 1.
That
Still 1, everyone.
That doesn't get him. So 7 damage total.
And in the middle we have 12 attacks on 3s. Usual terrible dice. 7 wounds again.
Yep. 7 wounds. 5, so that's a 12. Just check, are they 11, 13? If so, that's a waiver.
9, 11.
They're very, very dead.
If snow foxes are 11, 13, I would be writing a strongly worded letter to the Rules Committee. Morax! Come on, Morax troops. Tell me if you're any good, because I really don't know.
They are good, but they're hindered.
15 attacks on 4s, followed by 4s. Morax, okay. Solid. 3 wounds on Frostfangs. With my nice double 6. 4. And then over here we have 12 on 3s. I hate sacrificing expensive units. But I forgot to put any chaff in the list, so probably worth it. 2s. 2, 4, 6 wounds on your Draugr.
6, yeah. Might not get them.
And what are they?
Dash 14, I think.
8 twice from the Frostfang Lord. That is an 8. It's an 11. It's an 11.
Fair enough. Alright, good goal.
I mean, they weren't expected to survive anyway, were they, frankly? I'm going to back up, Mr. Here we go. 4s followed by 2s.
Yeah.
2 wounds.
Okay. Nope.
All right. Not bad. All right, so Dan's got lots of choices here. He ums and ahs about the top and then of the board, his left, and then decides to come back to it. At the bottom, he works out that because of where I placed Thonar, if he just backs up his Fallen and his Frostfang Lord, not only is he out of charge range, well, the Frostfang Lord's in from those Legionnaires on the hill, but Thonar can't see anything. He definitely can't see the Fallen, which is incredibly irritating. So I think, I have no choice but to push forward with a lot of my points. So that's some nice work, but it does pull my tokens into the correct half, or the token, which is kind of where I think I should have put my tokens all on that bottom horde at this point, but there you go. Magneil kind of yoinks out from behind the building into my Manticore hero. Not a lot I can do about that, so she joins in with the rifles, trying to whop him off. In the middle, he puts his Frostfang Lord in a very annoying place. So he's now looking down the flank of quite a bit of my troops, which is irritating, but it is what it is. I have to deal with that. And then and then he's moved his engineer forward to do some shooting, and to provide a kind of physical barrier against charges. Not much of a physical barrier. I don't think he's mighty. I think he's the only thing that I can reach, though, so I kind of have to charge him, and I probably won't kill him, which is very irritating. And then right at the top of the board, after umming and ahhing forever, he decides he is going to multi-charge the giant with the Fallen and his little snow foxes to try and get rid of him. Really filling that end of the board. So that's Dan's moving phase and into his little shooting phase.
So volley going into this one. So it's not moved, so 5s. Ooh.
Don't like that noise. Can not make that noise. That noise makes me extremely nervous.
6 hits.
Shut up.
Defense 5 here. Freeze. Oh wow. 6 damage.
Sure.
Mage's Conclave. Same target. 4s, both hit.
Sure.
3 more damage. Yeah, same target from the other one. 4s, 1 hit. 3s. No, it's only 1 damage. Right, engineer,
Yes,
same
masters.
target. 3s. 2 hits. 3s. 1 more damage. Right then, test. So, what do we use? 6 to waver on then? 6, waver.
17 yet to waver.
Okay, so let's do the Fallen. Into your giant. Hitting on 3.
Alright, just don't get the right result, whatever.
Push 1, 4s. 4, 8. Then
8?
Snow Foxes, 5s. Just 2. One of which damages?
Yeah. This one 13.
Okay. 13, so
Not
17, is that a waiver?
18, 20.
This one. So 30 attacks. Should kill them, but yeah.
There's no 4s.
Yeah, they are a bit random. But it is only more extra. That's not great. That's terrible.
Was that your roll? Oh, I see. You just rolled a train to the other tray. That's pretty cool.
I mean, no, it wasn't my roll.
Oh, I see. You're
I should roll it now. That was horrible. No, they're terrible.
That's the problem with 4s. You should be fine.
2s. Okay, it was still 4, 8, 10 damage. You still got
Yeah,
one.
so the one.
You haven't got headstrong, have you?
No. Got nothing.
It's quite fortunate that way, since
Is it? Did I misty?
I'm facing this way.
Oh, you're facing backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's the front there.
I'm thinking you're going to charge the flank of them.
Oh, I see.
In which case, I'll kill them. Which means you probably now won't. Okay, Magnilled. 7 attacks. Freeze down to 4s. Just 5 hits.
Oh, just 5 hits. That's all right.
Crush 2. So 3s. 4 damage.
Okay.
Then 20 attacks on the rifles.
5s.
5s. Few. 5s, yeah. 3. To 7.
What's the dog's name?
What did you say your nerve was?
14, 13, 15.
So you're on 7, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, cool. So I need 9 to pop. Once.
Ooh.
And again, please.
I mean, I'll try. 7. Waver.
Waver.
What I wanted, but it's better than nothing. Tasty flank for you. Thankfully, I hindered, but still.
Right, this time actually recording, Dan. Would you like to say exactly what you just said again? I can't remember. Right.
I think I mostly said Steve is awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
And so is Christine.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So over here, the giant's not dead, but he is very heavily wounded.
Steve's tactics have been masterful.
So we've got a guy in the rear, but then you've got Frostfang's looking at him because my Morax died.
Yes.
And so
tokens are here, so I'm offering a flank,
which I'm going to not take, probably.
Yeah,
so that's not good. We've got a wavered unit in the middle, which is awful from a good round of shooting. This flank's looking good, but there's only one token on that flank.
Yeah.
Whereas actually all the rest of the tokens are...
I'm delaying a lot of power because Thonar came in and gave him... He's got quite poor line of sight.
He has.
So that's a lot of army doing very little, potentially. So maybe Steve's going to pull some back, who knows?
Is this part of your psychological battles to... Okie dokie. So my turn 3 is the world's longest turn because I spent an enormous amount of time umming and ahhing about what to do. However, I've cut quite a lot of that out because I am nice to you. And you don't want to watch me umming and ahhing, largely because I was in front of the camera for most of it. But at the bottom corner, Dan has played a blinder. I haven't got any shooting here, so all he's doing is basically, and he's faster than me, a lot faster. So he's able to keep on stepping back. And now I have got 3 whole units committed to that side, and he's got 2 units of significantly less value holding them off, which is pretty smart. I have, however, managed to sneak Thonar around the building out of line of sight, which is good because now he can threaten up that flank into the centre, because the centre is where the real game is. So in the centre, my reborn legionaries are wavered, so I've had to turn them with some support from the horde behind them. That's not very good. I think I send the Morax go into the little chap the engineer there because I don't have anything else to do, and also he's annoying. And then at the top I spend about a good 20 minutes trying to fit both units into the Fallen. I cannot fit both units into the Fallen because of the angles. I think I said that in the last turn, but actually it was this turn where it happened. Apologies for my poor narration as always. Eventually I think the legionaries go into the snow foxes and the giant goes back into the Fallen. And then last of all, my little Stormbringer on Manticore, Hellforged, whatever it is, Manticore, Hellstrike Manticore. Rather than take the flank, which Dan is very keen for me to do onto his rifles, I instead hop it over here because I am worried about my tokens in the centre. There are 2 tokens to grab there, so it's a big deal. So I've got him to a place just this side of the hedge. Unfortunately, he is facing back towards my side of the board slightly, which means things can dodge out of his way, but he is stopping the Lord on Frostfang from jumping into something because he's going to get whacked from behind if he does so. So that's the best I can do. I'm going to try on the wounded one. I'm going to try anyway on 5s. 1 wound.
Yeah.
Right then, nerve on your conclave.
Yes.
11.
Oh, you got a lucky one there.
Yay! Down. 1 down. Thank goodness for that. These guys.
Ah, yes. 4s.
4s because I ran out of train.
Gosh. It's 10, 12, so 7 to 1. Waver.
6.
I'll do.
Okay. Waver on the engineer.
Yep.
Giant has got 10 attacks. 9 of which hit.
I mean, I'm a bit concerned at that.
2s. 8 of which wound.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're now up to 10.
Giant!
More than I was expecting, I'll be honest.
Plus brutal, so 6 to kill.
11.
5.
Waver.
I'll take it.
No,
We're happy with that. We have got Frostfangs in a minute. Come and say hi. And that's the end of my turn 3. It's your turn 3. Alright, so the first thing he does at the top of the screen is that the Frostfang Lord goes into the Legionnaires because why not? Nothing else to do. Then in the centre, the Frostfang Lord, who was threatening against the Reborn Legionaries, goes into the Morax troop that's hanging onto that engineer, not killed. Obviously, McNeil and the rifles go back into my little wavered Stormbringer on a Manticore. The Frostfangs just simply turn to face into the battle line, which is a sensible thing to do. He's moved his major conclaves back, just in case I do try to charge them with anything. And then at the bottom, obviously he's got Thonar, who is a problem. So he simply he moves back and turns with both of them. So he's still out of charge range. Thonar can charge them, but Thonar will then get squished. And I think really I need to take out that range stuff in the middle, which means I'm going to have to commit some stuff. Or turn and move back into the battlefield elsewhere. So, interesting times. Let's see how it goes.
First conclave on him. On fires. 1 hit. 3.
Yep.
Facing 2, freeze. 1 damage.
Okay, this one's 6.
The other one, same target. Nice. Well, that's enough. Volley guns on 6s. Yes.
1.
Yeah.
None?
None! Oops. Okay. Test on him.
Nope.
No! I needed a wave.
Murder! 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 So I was playing those like that. Follow!
You got that.
There we go.
I need that. Frostfang Lord in the flank from Morax. So.
How are we doing? Oh, look at them ones.
Terrible. They're the 2 1s and 2s.
Oh.
2s.
It's quite cool enough, isn't it?
Double 1. Right, cool. Lord over there. 3s.
Nice.
2s. Into pop. Nope. That would have been amazing.
That would have been distressing because they're not inspired. 6, okay.
That's it, isn't it?
Yep, turn 4. Alright, turn 4. So things aren't overly desperate, but they can turn around real quick, right? So in the middle, my Reborn Legionaries are pretty wounded. The only thing they can really go into is Magnhild, because they can't reach anything else. So they go into Magnhild, which allows the Horde to then go in hindered to the Frostfang Lord, which isn't brilliant because they already hit on 4s, but at least it puts 2 tokens onto them and into Dan's half. And then at the top we do counter charges. I tend, so my Riftforger into one of the conclaves, and then Thonar goes into one of the other conclaves. So taking care of them is very, very important if you're facing Varangur, because conclaves are awful. And then I stand in front of the camera for about half an hour, like totally at a quandary for what to do in the bottom half of the board. I've cut it out of this picture because it's annoying to see the back of my head for so long. You can see where I've ended up. Because this is really, Dan has played brilliantly in this corner. Fallen are so threatening that they can wipe off any of my units pretty much very well, especially with there's a Frostfang Lord and a unit of Fallen. So, that's very scary. And what it means is that I'm in trouble if he hits any one of my units. So I kind of think, which of the units will I let him hit, essentially? And I end up in this configuration. So I've committed completely here. So I have an enormous amount of points down here. But both of his units are angled to the point where they can actually escape. So he has very comfortably outplayed me on this side, despite my overwhelming odds. If I had thought to put the tokens down here, it would be a different question. But as it is, we're looking all right. We have some counter charges at the top. I just need to hold off those Fallen for long enough for my regiment to kill the Frostfang Lord that's up there. And so you can't see it behind the tower, and I need to think about how I film this in the future, but there is a regiment, a horde of Fallen and a Frostfang Lord. My giant is in the Fallen, and my regiment of Legionnaires is into the Frostfang Lord, and there's nothing else up there. And the Stormbringer on Manticore, just in front of the house that's up with the screen there, he was facing down the board, so I turn him and basically stick him on that hedge. because he's tall. So what he does is nicely block the line of sight for the Frostfang cavalry. Plus he's on a hedge, might not help him, so he may die. But his sacrifice will be noted by his colleagues. Let's have a look at what happens. We're going to lightning bolt this little chap with him. Pew, pew, pew.
He's got the artifact.
1. It's a 6 anyway, so it's 1 wound on him. Okay, nerve on your little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Die!
He's 10-12.
Waver again!
Yeah.
Let's do Thonar. Okay, well that's them done.
Oh, dog, you have to stand there.
Okay, these guys are Magnilda.
Yes. Now, if you get this, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's hindered.
4s and strength 5 with elite and vicious.
That's nice.
It doesn't actually have that. Oh, okay.
I believed it, to be honest.
I know! 4s. We're going with 3s.
Yeah, that's not.
4 hits.
Probably going to do it.
1 wound.
Oh, okay. Double 6. Oh, I think she's fearless.
I didn't know it anyway. These guys are 25. 5s and 4s. Garbage, look at that. 3 wounds.
Yeah.
Nope. Storm Giant gets to 14.
Yeah, it was that spike last time that made the difference, because otherwise I think the fallen would have got you to.
5.
So it's double 1 now. Twice.
Oh!
And it's not devastated, so. Full strength fallen!
Oh no! My second double 1. That intake of breath. The dog's like, what's wrong? What is it, buddy?
It's something important!
Oh no!
It'll be fine, don't worry about it.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
it makes up for last turn. You were getting 9 hits with 9 attacks.
And then the Legionnaires have shit the bed. 4s, 2 wounds.
So
5 and 7,
nothing.
13.
Nothing.
Unbelievable. How am I losing that flank? The one flank. Oh, this flank.
I mean, yeah, that's worked out alright. Is that my turn 4?
It's your turn 4, buddy. Alright, so in the middle, Magnil turns on the spot and goes into Thonar because he needs removing, apparently. There's a bunch of counter charges, so there were 1 fallen going to the giant at the top. The Frost Fanlord at the top goes into the Riftforged Legionnaires. The Frost Fanlord in the middle goes into the Horde, and the Archer Horde goes into the Reborn Legionaries. And at the bottom, in move of the match, having baited most of my army down that side, both the Fallen and the Lord and Frostfang just kind of book it out of there. They're really fast. The Fallen literally just go straight down past the building, and the Lord and Frostfang moves to the point where he's out of line of sight of the bottom of the furthest forward regiment of Legionnaires. And the other 2 units which can see him can't charge him because he's hiding behind a house. So they're in his flank and they can't get in. So that's, really pretty annoying. Oh, and the Frostfang Horde go into the sacrificing himself, very noble Stormbringer and Manticore. Yeah. It's crunch time, boys and girls and non-gender affiliated friends.
Shoot that guy, because it's anything I can really do.
Yeah. 6s.
Yeah. Ooh, 4 hits.
Shut up.
3 damage.
3 damage. He's 11, 13, so 10 to kill.
Kill. 1 off a waiver.
He's alright.
He is. Right then, charges. So let's do the Frostfang Lord. That looks fun.
Yep, you're going to get that flank and it's going to really, really annoy me.
Although that was pretty poor. No, it might be alright. It's only 5 hits. 4 damage.
With 10. 7 to kill.
Yeah.
There's no fire. A token.
Oh, thank you.
That's so annoying. Arrgh.
Fallen. 18 on 3s. And then 4s. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more.
This one's 18, the one once.
Nice to turn favour. But, sorry. Right then, cool. Frostband into your guy. 4s. Okay, and then crush 2. Oh, look at all. Oh my god!
I'm enjoying the number of 1s and 2s.
Bloody hell!
Should have shaken that tray a little bit more before you poured them out.
Oh my god! That was only 7.
Wow. It's survivable.
I honestly didn't expect that. Okay, fine. So just roll a 10 or something.
Nope.
No, not even wavered.
Come on!
Right, Thonar. It's a big deal, this. He needs to die. Okay, 7 attacks on 4s with elite. Push 2, so
3s.
Oh, yeah, 4 damage.
4 plus 1, 10.
Yeah.
6 to kill, twice.
Kill. Once.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no! It's sad.
Get my halflings trying to kill the nasty
If these guys survive, I'd be quite happy, not gonna lie.
I mean, it's doable.
Will they hit on 6s or 5s?
No, it's 6s because it's not a counter charge.
Yeah, it's a straight charge.
Maybe it was a poor decision on my part. Yeah, I possibly should have shot both, but
Doable. 5s. None. Brilliant. Hooray!
oh, that's put the cat amongst the pigeons. Didn't kill him, and then they completely utterly failed. I only wanted 1 damage, and then it would have been like a 5 or something.
And they're not going to kill you, but they're just holding you off for a turn. I don't think it makes much of a difference, if I'm honest.
Possibly not.
Well, this has been a swingy turn. I can't believe it's turn 4. So this flank has gone horribly. Over here, everything's dead now, and you've got my token. So sad times. However, I've just survived this Frostfangs.
Yeah.
So he's alive, and these guys are alive, but we don't think it really matters.
No, I was hoping for 1 damage, but
because we've got Magnilde in the back there.
yeah, she's taken out Thonar, and she's still undamaged.
We've got Fallen and a Frostfang Lord, and all my guys over here are looking a bit useless.
Yeah,
right
not
now,
really
so.
doing much this game, I don't think.
Well, we need to get 2 points. So, there's that. Just think these guys just need to survive for 2 turns. Thoughts, Mr. King? How are you feeling about the game?
I'm feeling pretty good. After that last I was really hoping to kill that and that.
Yeah.
They didn't, but this flank went far better than expected.
Yeah.
That's not a deal breaker though. It's helpful, but it's not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
I think if I can just maintain a little bit longer, we'll be pretty good. And we do need to do this combat now, actually.
Oh yeah, we've got to do it. Let's do it quickly.
But yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we are a little bit clutching at straws now, but we push on. So down the bottom, I do push my horde into the other half to briefly give me a 6-point advantage. And the regiment turns the corner just in case there's a turn 7. I don't think we're able to get anything. The Thundertears turn around just because for something to do. And then we have a series of counter charges. Realistically, I may have missed a trick with the Legionnaire. I can't remember the Stormbringer on Manticore. He may, if he backed up, have been able to see the Halfling Gunners. He might not. Really, it's irrelevant. I don't think, because the Horde in the centre still has 2 tokens. It would, even if I killed those Halflings, grabbed that token and somehow lived, Dan has still got enough stuff coming in really to kill that Horde in the centre. Oh, of course, the Riftforged does go into the Fallen, though. So that's, definitely going to kill them in one go. Right, guys? Right? Now it's miracle time, boys. Right, he's going to lightning bolt this boy in the
eventually
face. Just because he can.
He's on his last legs.
I mean, this Stormcaller is the worst.
He's calling like little wimpy bolts, isn't he?
He's done it, though.
One more.
Halfling, die. Halfling dies.
Roll again.
Halfling dies.
No! He didn't do bad though, he survived a fair bit.
He's done alright. I've spent a lot of points on him. For funsies. Oh, let's do this Riftforger because I'm convinced he's definitely going to do it.
I mean,
he's got 6 attacks.
No. Yeah.
They're all 6s. None of them are 6s. He's hit 4 times.
Yeah.
He's wounded 3 times.
Well, solid.
He's
double
rolling
six to
he's
waver.
rolling a double 6.
He might do. I mean,
He did. He rolled an 8.
so I resolve down to 2.
Well, hope fails eternal.
Yep.
This chap over here is 5. He's hit all 5 times. Only Frostfangs.
Okay.
And he is wounded 4 times.
I mean, it's pretty solid. I mean, you might kill him.
Plus 1, 7.
It's up to 7.
Here's a 10.
Whoa.
I've rolled a 3. Come on! Okay, the big lads, the reborn legionaries.
Yeah. Not hindered this time, so
3s. 2s.
go for a horde.
2, 4, 6, 8 wounds. I've got a 6. These guys.
Yeah, they might get him.
On 4s.
Yep. We'll see.
4s. 2, 4, 6.
8 pop.
That's a 10.
And again.
7.
Waver.
I think that's my go, yeah.
Yeah.
So, can Dan finish the job? I mean, obviously, yes. So, what does he do? The top, the fallen with a token, just kind of pop. Didn't even need to go into my half. How rude. How rude is that? Just comes down to support the Frostfangs, who are about to die. The Frostfang Lord at the bottom of the screen does a little slinky jump around the Fallen who are taking on the Riftforger into my caster, who's done nothing wrong. Well, he's lightning bolted a few things, I guess, but that's a nice little move. And everything else just kind of countercharges the bits that it's on, because realistically, with 1 turn to go, he just needs to grab 1 more token to win. Can he do it, my friends? Can he do it?
Let's do this one. 18 attacks.
He's going to live.
I mean, he is now, isn't he?
He's going to live 100%.
3s. 4s. 6 damage.
6 damage.
Yeah.
He is a 10-12. Once.
That's
Okay, well, he's completely dead. You know I said he was going to live? He didn't live.
However, 9 attacks.
This poor little mage, what's he ever done to you?
Is he inspiring or something?
No.
Oh well. 2s.
25? Oh, you crushed
Crush
it.
3, yeah. Mace crushing 7 damage.
Okay, he's on 10. He is
1. Double 6.
11, 13, and there's no... He's done alright. He's been better than he's ever been before.
Right, halfling time. This time counter charge, so 5s. Come on, halflings.
5s and 5s.
For 1 damage, I'll accept 2.
2.
3, 4 damage! Double
That
1.
is outrageous. Oh, so it's still double 1.
Yeah.
If you roll double 1, it's
It's a 9.
And again?
Oh, 4!
I needed that. Come on, I deserved that double 1. Sorry.
I think we'll just sit there and smirk.
Smirk unpleasantly.
Yes. Okay, this combat. So, let's start with the Lord on Frostfang. 2s. All of them, 9 damage.
Puts him on 15.
And 7 from Magnild. Only pushed 2.
It's very rude to table someone in their own home, I'm just saying.
I mean,
So...
I tried not to. I was like, you can get me, you can come over. I have all these flanks and things. But you wouldn't take them.
It's unpleasant.
You wouldn't take them.
Well, I don't think it makes
I tried my best, that's all I can say.
Take my trees back. I invite you into my home.
Just 2 more.
Okay.
What do we need, 5 or something? 5.
Oh! 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 20, 22.
Ah, perfect.
Who wants to do? I guess the prospect powers.
Yeah, easy roll time.
Oh no! And with that, all my hope fades. Cheers, buddy. Thrashed again. So that's now 3 wins to you, 1 draw, which was 4 years ago.
I mean, I don't really keep track, I'll be honest.
Oh, don't you? I keep track of every single...
I haven't got a very good memory.
Uh-huh. Well, that was was a good game. I felt I was more in it than I was towards the end there.
I honestly felt early on when I was giving you the flyovers, but it could prove bad. But I was trying to make sure that if you did do it, hopefully you wouldn't be able to take the units, and it did actually kind of work out.
It worked out okay, doesn't it? It's a nice little force. I think a few more rolls gone my way, maybe. And particularly on the right hand flank, I'd maybe been in a slightly better position.
I mean, you say that. The first double one,
it
actually hurt me.
Yeah.
Because it blocked my units. The second one, yes. But you did, the turn before, get 9 hits and 9 damage, which wavered them. So if you undo both unlikely eventualities, it would still have worked out very similar. So it's like you got an amazing turn followed by a terrible turn to balance out. Well, that's dice.
Absolutely. And we thought, I definitely overcommitted on the left flank. And what I really should have done, we realised this towards the end, is I just should have just put all, which was my first thought, put all my tokens on the left flank. That would have been a very different game.
I suggested it before we went down.
That's what I normally do. Normally I put them all on one side and I just fucking power through that side.
Is it because I suggested it?
Do it. 100%. 100%. I'm like, wow, actually,
reverse mind
games. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get him. Anyway, good game, buddy. As always, it's good to see you.
It was. Very, very pleasurable.
And we will see you next time on Death by Dragons.
Oh, yeah.